Hello.
Oh.
Today is reaction.
But,
The song Age of Consent by Newark.
why does every intro suck?
Does this mean like the age at which one can consent, or it's like the era of consent?
This is the age of consent.
We're kind
followed closely by the age of empire.
We're kind of in the era of consent, where it's like, hey, do you want to have sex? Yeah, you need to fill out this waiver, though.
Are we really going to make a political stance on our 3-minute long music reaction video?
It's a joke. I don't, like, I could be in agreement with it or not. You don't know. Spoilers, I'm not. No one
Spoilers,
is.
I'm not. Oh, it's true.
Okay. So this, for context, people know what this song is.
We're on record now as saying we are not on board with consent.
That is right. That is
wait.
right. That is right.
Anyways, stop saying it.
So this is a synth pop post punk masterpiece, and I'm so excited to share it with my nephew.
Yes.
Let's just dive in.
Sucks.
This is bass.
Yeah.
This is perfect car music. Like, it doesn't matter your mood. Sorry, what was that?
If I ever make a movie, this is going to be the song, like, opening the movie.
Yeah, like with a car driving.
Yep. And then, like, a minute 30 into it, someone gets shot and the music ends. Boom.
It's just like the car screeches to a halt in his brain. That's good. That's Tarantino, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So more context. I don't remember exactly how this worked out. I want to say that Joy Division had Ian Curtis, the vocalist, Bernard, I think is his name, the guitarist, Peter Hook, the bassist, and then I forget the name of the drummer. And so when Ian Curtis died, I'm pretty sure it's Bernard took over vocals.
Okay.
So this is the guitarist of Joy Division singing
Makes sense.
now. A little bit of new wave in there too, like Tears for Fears and Aha. You like Tears for Fears and Aha?
What?
Sorry. New wave bands like Tears for Fears and Aha. Do you like music like that?
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit of that in here. I've actually noticed that like a lot of the new wave bands from the 80s are like European.
Yeah.
Like Swedish and stuff like that.
Yeah,
this is a British band, but
American movement.
It's kind of it's like in the vocals, like you can kind of hear like there's a different inflection to it. Anyway. I never get sick of this bass line, no matter how many times I hear this song. Oh no!
Oh no! I just realized.
It's kind of interesting to see like what this band was without Ian Curtis, whereas with him you have stuff like Shadow Play, you know, whatever songs you've heard. It's like they're like, we're much happier now that depressing guy isn't around. As sad as that sounds, but it's true.
Well, yeah. Sadder people make sadder music.
Mm-hmm. Their first album was a lot closer to post-punk than this is. This is where they started to like pick up synthesizers a lot.
Yeah.
So they kind of were like moving out of Sadville gradually.
Gradually moving into Sadville. Speaking of,
it's such a neutral song. Like it's not really happy. It's not really down. It just it kind of
as music can be.
It levels you out, you know. I like songs that can just kind of suck you in to their groove.
Yeah,
and just kind of
without forcing anything on you, you know.
So there's Age of Consonance. I don't expect you to love it or anything, but I'm curious as to how you feel about it. Kind of knowing Joy Division and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, first of all, I gotta say, the reason I actually had my earmuff off today was because instinctually I had to get my piercing changed out because it's weird.
You were having issues with it, right?
Yeah. So that's the reason it was off, and then I forgot to explain that before I kept it off. So whatever, I'll put it on for the next.
It's okay. He knows that stereo music exists.
I know that music is not recorded in mono. Freaking that guy was salty, dude. But I mean, I get it. So yeah, that's why, because it hurts. But seriously, no, I actually really like that. It's not the kind of music that like I'm normally just like on my drive home. I'm like, you know what, I should listen to this. But that being said, I do like it. It's good.
There's something that kept me coming back to this song. It was a related video on YouTube. I hadn't listened to any New Order before. But I knew like that they were post Joy Division, the guys.
Right.
And I clicked it, and then like, dum, 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 like as soon as I heard the bass line,
it starts out strong.
I was like, oh man. And then like the guitar chimes in, and then like it gets, it descends and gets a little more thicker at the beginning, and I'm like, ooh, I'm hooked. And I listened to the whole song, and like I didn't think like I love this. I was just like, and then like I went away, and it kept showing up in my recommended because I had seen it before. And it's like whenever I saw it, like, listen to it again. Yeah. And now this is probably like my 30th listen of this song in the past year that I've known it, and it's just like I just keep coming back to it.
Well, something interesting with these kinds of songs is when they start out with, like it's almost like when you see somebody making like a cheap music track and they're like, do, these couple chords and then put that on loop and then add to it, when it has that almost simplistic beginning where it's like, start out with this instrument, add this, add this, add this, and then now we're in the song. With those kinds of songs, you can almost immediately tell if you're going to like the song by two things. One, if it starts out strong with that progression, and two, how the music starts right after that progression. You know, so like once you've added in all your music and all your tracks that you're going to, and then the real song begins, that's like a turning point. Like there's so many songs I knew I wouldn't like the rest of, but I'm like it starts out strong and it's like adding and like good build up, and then as soon as the song actually starts, and I'm like, oh, oh no,
It's like the opening track on the Interpol album, where it's like
oh yeah, yep,
and then like the bass comes in,
yep,
and it's kind of the same thing you're talking about, like where it's if you're like you're kind of grabbed by those opening guitar
yeah,
chords,
oh yeah,
and then the song blossoms.
yeah.
I think that's also another post-punk thing as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, nothing like music doesn't always like emotionally move me, but when it most does is when I can think of a song and get goosebumps, and those kinds of songs do. Like when you think of the beginning, and then like even if you don't listen to the song, just thinking about it, like oh, like it
Well,
makes
like,
you so
like
happy.
freaking, like if I were to play this, I mean, I'm sure you know what song this is.
You do like
And like as when you think back to songs like that, you're just like, it's like there's quality there that like doesn't deteriorate over time. Anyway, I'm sure other people will suggest songs for us to react to of New Order.
and sue us over the last
there-
episode where I didn't wear headphones.
It's all good. There's one other New Order song that I'll probably play for you,
Okay.
but I don't know of many others. So if other people have
Suggest some.
suggest some of New Order,
Because there's going to be plenty of music that you and me can do back and forth, but finding songs that we don't know that are actually going to be good is going to be harder. So
yes, we can do a couple New Order songs that neither of us have heard. But I will say I am going to do the first 4 New Order albums on my channel by myself.
Oh, okay.
Because the first 4 are supposed to be like fantastic. This was the second one. So we're not going to do a bunch because I don't want to like spoil it for myself. But we could do like 1 or 2 that we haven't heard of.
Cool.
But we will do one more that I know of.
Okay.
Anyway, fare thee well, everyone. Eat pie.
Sure.